their house in Baltimore, and yeah.
So
Oh,
nice.
that's so much
Tom,
better.
that is Tom Goss. Before it was not Tom Goss material. This is
I
Tom
know.
Goss.
I know.
What does your shirt say?
Ah.
Ew. Ew. Are we fucking? What does your shirt say? Your t-shirt?
Oh, you are fucking amazing.
All right. Oh, you, not ew. I said, ew, you're amazing. Gross.
No, it's just cool. It's that I was at this like art show, and this artist does all this stuff, and then he paints in these shirts, and then he just sells the shirts that he paints in. So he's
Oh,
probably painted in this shirt like 100 times, and then he just puts them on a rack and sells them. It's so fun.
I like that. I've seen that as far as like painter pants too. Like they just like they work in
Ah,
them and they just do this. You know what I mean? And then they
yeah,
create these kind of crazy, elaborate, colorful patterns.
yeah, I love it.
I have a really nice day on.
Let's see, is it Willie Nelson?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
See. Hot damn! Now that we stirred the pot, let's make it a little spice. Give me all that hair soup, bear soup, consomme, rip me off that thick side, rip tide, marmalade. Let me see that bounce, 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 jiggle, bounce.
That was like one of those souvenir t-shirt shops in Austin like years ago.
Oh, that's so
Have a really
funny.
nice day. So Tom, thanks for talking.
No problem.
It
Thanks for
is
talking to me.
Yeah, it's literally like the beginning of Pride season. It's You're on tour. It's like the busy season, right? It's your busy season.
It is busy. Yes, for
Yeah.
sure.
And you're on the East Coast. And you're on the East Coast for like quite a while, like 6 weeks or something.
Yeah, I'm on the East Coast for like another 6 weeks, which is great. I love the East Coast. And I tell you what, I flew into Massachusetts and picked up the car and drove down to Baltimore. And it just was like seeing all the trees just makes me so
Mm.
happy.
Yeah, East Coast in the summertime is magnificent because I'm an upstate New Yorker. That's
Yeah,
where I was born and raised, and I'm going to be there for the first half of August. But upstate New York
yeah,
is just in the summertime. There's just something about the smell, the air,
yeah, yeah,
I don't know. It's so green and so beautiful, and so many like
yeah,
lakes and waterfalls. I'm
yeah,
jealous.
yeah,
I'm in the
yeah.
I'm in ugly San Diego. Pff, lies.
It's beautiful every day, and it's just like, but it's like a
Yeah,
different kind of beauty. And there's something about it that feels like a little flat. I don't know
yeah,
why. I live in Los Angeles, obviously, and I love it, love it, love it. But the greens aren't as deep, and the blues
yeah,
aren't as deep, and it's like,
yeah.
I don't know.
I wonder if it's more appreciated in the East Coast because it's just like a seasonal thing. And so you live through the gray, dark winter, and then you come
Yeah,
into this beautiful cast of colors. Like I'm in San Diego, like yes, it is beautiful all the time, but like we have now what I've learned is May gray and June gloom.
yeah, 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 yeah.
So with fog and all that kind of stuff. So like May gray and June gloom is real in Southern California.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It sure is. It sure is.
Tom Goss, you surprised me. I turned on
Oh
my
yeah.
computer the other day and I was like, Tom Goss, rap star. Yeah, your new, and let me say, your new music video for Bear Soup.
Yeah, it's really funny. I'm so stupid, right? I didn't
Don't
even
ever lose that.
No, but I didn't even know that it was a rap song. Like, I mean, it was so funny because I was doing this interview and the guy was like, "Oh, so when did you
Right.
start? When did you start making rap music?" And I was like, "Rap music?" And then I was like, "Oh,
That's
yeah,
a,
I guess this is a rap song."
that does make sense. You're like, oh, I thought it was just a duet.
Yeah, I mean it's a rap feature, but then when I like look at it, I'm like, oh yeah. And then I started looking at like what is the genre? I mean, the genre is
Yeah.
obviously twerk, but that comes, it's all in the hip hop realm. I'm just really stupid, and I just do what feels good and what feels fun to
Yeah.
me,
That is,
and that
yeah.
was yeah, that was it.
I
I'm
just
real
have,
stupid.
I just have one word to say bounce, bounce,
Bounce,
bounce,
Bounce, bounce, bounce, bounce, bounce, bounce, bounce, jiggle, bounce.
bounce.
bounce, jiggle, bounce, bounce, bounce. Yeah,
Anyhow,
yeah,
I just sort of giving you a hard time because I see I love it. It's great, and also like I always like to read comments, and everyone's like very impressed by your backflip.
Oh yeah, which is weird because I
I knew
feel
you have a gymnastics background, but
Yeah, and I feel like I've been doing backflips and videos for like 5 years. I feel like I did it actually in bears. We did a backflip in bears that got cut,
Oh,
which
okay.
was really, oh no, it was a front flip. You know the scene where like I'm there and I have my clothes on and all the bears come together and
Yeah.
then when they come apart, I'm like naked or like I'm in
Yeah.
my speedo or whatever.
Yeah.
Well, we also did a version where the bears come together and then when they open up, I flip out
Oh
of it,
shit.
but it just didn't work as well. It
It
just
was it.
didn't.
Were you in the water?
No,
No.
on land.
Okay, on land.
Yeah, and it just didn't like the reveal the like the coolness of the flip killed the reveal. And
Oh,
and
right.
and I also think like this is gonna sound weird, early on I didn't do a lot of that stuff because you're always like separating yourself from your past lives.
Yeah, always.
And now that I'm getting older and I'm like, how many more years can I flip? I better capture this stuff on video while I still can do
Yeah.
it. And also fucking Benson Boone, I'm like, I should have been
Yeah.
flipping for 20
Off the
years now.
stage
Yeah,
and sparkly jumpsuits. I
yeah.
love
It's like
Benson Boone.
I love him too. People are giving him such a hard time. It's like, fuck you,
I'm
you
like,
know?
that dude is like doing his thing, and like bottom
Yeah.
line, he can sing. Do
He
whatever you
can
want.
sing and he is
Yeah.
fucking hot and he can flip while he's singing. Are you
Yeah.
kidding me? Go fuck yourself.
It's funny
You
because
know?
I watch American Idol or and all those. I like the singing competition shows, so
Okay.
I know there's like a people like him, people hate him. But I remember when he auditioned, and I was like, damn, I hope he doesn't win because then he could like go and do his own thing, just because. And he's definitely clearly made his own path. But
Yeah. Well, didn't
Benson,
he leave American Idol because he didn't want to
oh,
be trapped in it?
I don't remember. I don't remember how long.
Yeah, I
I
think
know he
that's what
didn't.
happened.
Yeah, but yeah, flips. I was
Flips.
in high school. I was on the swim team and I dove right, and so
Mm.
like I could do like doubles, 2.5 twists, like reverses, all the stuff. And now at this age, I don't think well, not even this age, just I
We
haven't
should
done it in so
try.
long.
We should try.
Yeah,
Let's try. Let's go
yeah,
to the swim. I used to spend my summers in rural Illinois, and I would like go bale hay all day, and they had this pool. And where I grew up was like a city, like a small city, but a
yeah,
city. And they would yell at you if you did too many flips at
hmm
the pool, right?
yeah,
You would just try to do the flip and then not catch you doing the flip.
yeah,
But in rural Illinois, they did not give a shit. They
yeah.
were like, they were like all these country boys, and I would just go to the pool every day and do so many crazy fucking flips and just practice so many new things. And I got pretty crazy on that board.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because it was I competed like in springboard, which is funny, and
Ah.
but I bring it up also because I don't have any video or any like so I say these things that people
Mm.
are like
Hmm.
really, but and also in upstate New York because there's so many swimming holes, like we also just jumped off cliffs and bridges, and
Yeah.
how did we not die or just like completely bust open like a watermelon hit in the water sometimes, but
People did die. That's
yeah,
the thing.
yeah,
Like
people
we
did
just
die.
got lucky. I'm always listening to, do you know the podcast My Favorite Murder?
Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
haven't heard it, but I've heard the name.
I love it. I listen to it all the time, and they're always making fun of like, 80s and 90s. Like
Yeah,
we're like doing whatever we wanted to
yeah.
do. There was no video of anything. There was no parental
Oh my
parents
God.
watching us. We were
Yeah.
just like going crazy. It was so fun. I loved
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, my childhood was also like moped bikes, jumping off cliffs. I was also in the family of 5 brothers. So we're
Yeah,
just like
yeah.
are out there. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, hurting each other was the game.
We used to have a game that was just hurting each other, and whoever like said "ow" first was the person who lost.
Lost. Tom, we had a very similar.
I was good at those games because I don't care how much pain I'm in. I
You
don't
don't
react.
lose.
I just don't react. And it's so funny because I'm married to a man who, if you pour water on him, he'll be like, "Ow!"
Right.
What
Like
is going on?
ow, you hurt my feelings.
Yes.
Oh, that's
Uh,
crazy.
yeah.
That is too much, Tom. And you are on a wild world, not world, US tour.
Oh, yes, yes, yes.
Yes. And one of the questions I wrote down, this is going about bear soup. Bear soup served hot or cold? Good
Mm.
question.
Is that the question?
I guess. It
You
sounds
know, this
stupid
is
saying aloud.
I would like to I would like to answer that question, but be like really awkward in the answer of that
Well,
question.
think of gazpacho as a cold soup, for
Look,
example.
gazpacho is my favorite soup of all time. Just
Okay.
FYI, It's on, if you're like on an island, you get three things for the rest of your life.
Uh-huh.
Gazpacho is one of the things for me. So
Okay.
I love gazpacho, but if I'm talking bear soup, I think it's
Bear.
definitely hot for me. And I've noticed that sometimes bears don't like hot because they like get a little
They're
sweaty and
hot.
uncomfortable. They're already hot already,
Right.
and
Like physically, temperaturely.
they're physically hot. And so they start sweating and there's sometimes like a self-consciousness around that.
uh
But for me, I'm like, that is fine. That is all good. That is all fun. That is all sexy sweat. We could
okay.
whatever. So I'm hot. I'm hot all the time. Yeah.
Okay.
Let's do
That was
hot
just
bear soup.
that was just my really hard hitting question. Hot or cold?
Hot, hot, hot,
That's good.
hot. Yes.
All right, so I also wrote down some things. I feel like a lot of times when you make your music videos and stuff like that, you kind of take on a role or a character. And
Yeah.
my question is, and this also is reflected in I just finished watching the Pee Wee Herman documentary where he was
Ah, is
Pee
it
Wee.
good?
Oh, so good. Two-part. I learned so much about Paul Rubin, and
Okay.
there's so much. He's way more creative and interesting than I had thought. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I've been a fan of his for a long time. Then there was like some drama, but it's really good. It's well watching. But he always talked about like Pee Wee Herman was known, but not Paul Rubin. And so this
Yeah.
goes to Tom. I was going to say this goes to Tom Cruise. No, this goes to Tom Goss. Like each of your videos, I know that you to really take on a character, and I was just curious how much of this music video character is actually you, like Tom
Mm.
Goss.
In this particular one,
This could be like a very serious question or like a very like light question.
yeah, I think for this particular video, and oftentimes when I'm working with Michael Serrato, who's a very accomplished comedian and writer and actor, he's the one who directed this music video, and he's trained through the Groundlings, and so it's very character
Oh,
heavy, like the way that he works and the way that he sees and the way that he directs. And so I would say for this one in particular. Yes, it definitely was like a character that he had in his head that he drove, which isn't super far off from like who I am, or even super far off from like Bears, the character in Bears.
yeah.
It's just like a little goofier, a little sillier, a little more comedy. I've got like this shit on my nose the entire time, I'm
That's
like
called
dressed in a
sunblock.
it's called sunblocks. I'm like dressed in a rainbow, and yeah. So I would say like it's me, but like a totally amplified me. And I think the reason that these things work is because I'm not taking myself too
Mhm.
seriously. So
Yeah.
we're talking about bouncing, we're talking about bears, and we're talking about like sexy things, but
Yeah.
also we're like making light of it all and we're having fun, and we just really want to create an environment where people can laugh and smile and feel good about themselves and their bodies and the community in which
Yeah.
they live. And I think that character, like the ability to like be a really goofy dorky
Yeah.
character, allows that to happen, because if I was out there being too serious, people would be like, who is this guy,
Yeah.
and they would turn it off.
Yeah, your music I feel like is always sort of maintained like you've had some variety, but like you always have it very uplifting and like positive and like happy and go lucky.
Yeah.
You've had
Yeah.
some other things, music videos. Wait, who you're collabed with? Oh my God, why am I forgetting his name from Mean Girls?
Oh, Danny Francesi?
Yeah, you guys did like sort of a serious moment, and that was also reflected about. I think you were
Yeah.
going through some personal stuff, but
Yeah.
in general, your stuff is very uplifting and always positive. You know?
Yeah, that whole record, that was a Territories record, was very much more like reflective, and it's a beautiful record. And I think that
Yeah,
the art that we made from it is beautiful. And there's a series of videos with Danny Francesi that are beautiful. And I really think that it speaks to the gay community, and it's something the gay community experiences and needs as well. But it was a little darker, and it was just a
yeah.
little darker period of my life. But ultimately, what happened was the pandemic happened right after I released that record. I
Oh
spent all this time
shit.
like making all of this content, and like actually it was like
Yeah.
I felt like my career was about to break. I was
And it
like,
was heavy, and then
it was
yeah,
heavy, and I'd be at
yeah,
like I was at like Billboard and Rolling Stone and like talking to all these people and like in rooms listening to the record and them asking me questions, and then I released the record and then the pandemic hit, and
yeah.
nobody wanted that heaviness, and I
All
didn't want that
right,
heaviness. It was fine, and I
that's
was like,
tough.
it's tough, but it also was great because it taught me my value in the world. is that I'm a person that does bring joy and hope and happiness to people. And I think when you do something so effortlessly, you tend to devalue it. And I think that
Mm-hmm.
I devalued my ability to do that. I
Mm.
devalued my lightness because it is so easy and natural to me. But when the pandemic happened, I was like, it is easy and natural to me.
Yeah.
And it's really valuable and people appreciate it. So, you know, you don't
Yeah.
have to be taken seriously. It's super fine.
Yeah. That's funny. It's interesting. Also, yeah, because all your stuff is very positive and light and fun and camp. There's always definitely an element of camp and humor. I
Yeah.
see it. Like if anyone
Yeah.
ever
Yeah.
watches your stuff and doesn't think there's camp and humor and like in it, it's sort of missing something.
Yeah. Well, those are people that are very cool. And they're very they're very concerned about being cool, which is something that I have given up a long time ago trying to be. So it's super
Oh
fine.
my God, that's fucking amazing. Don't ever, don't ever. I was gonna say, don't ever try to be cool, but that sounded weird too.
No, I won't. Don't worry about it. I won't. It's not in me.
Well, another thing that I've also noticed in your sort of music and songs is like, it's always seems sort of like wholesome. Like I don't know,
Yeah.
even when you have done some stuff that are like pushing the envelope as far as like your naked calendar. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah.
There's always something that follows you. I feel like you're always wholesome. I don't know if that's like just the true Tom coming out, but
It
like
is.
I really feel like even when you're doing these sexy things, and of course you're doing a backflip in a speedo, so people are going to be like, "Oh yeah," but I don't know. There's you have this wholesome thing that I just think sort of I don't know. It's Tom Goss
Yeah.
brand. Um,
I'm like the boy next door from Wisconsin, and I really am. That is who I am. I'm really like, I was training to become a priest. Like I'm literally like
yeah,
that wholesome guy, and I find the irony of being like a sex symbol.
yeah.
I
That's
find
why
it.
the calendars, like I see the sex calendar, and I just they make me giggle because I know you
Yeah,
personally, and I mean they're great calendars. They look
yeah,
amazing, and they're
yeah,
hot, right?
yeah,
And
yeah,
then
yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
that's wholesome, Tom.
Well, and also even the calendars are tongue in cheek, and that Dusty Cunningham, who takes
Yeah.
all the photos, is so brilliant as well. And we really know what we're doing in terms of like again, we're not taking this too seriously. We're doing a bunch of sexy things, but we're poking fun at the sexy thing at the same
Yeah.
time. And also with the calendar, what's really fun is you can buy your own days. So in every
Oh
month,
shit, I didn't
there's
know
like
that.
there's like probably like 7 to 10 days a month where it's like John and Dan's anniversary, Bill's birthday,
I
da da
need to
da da
buy
da.
June 5th. June 5th is my birthday and my husband's anniversary. I need
Yes,
to buy
yes.
June 5th.
Okay, yeah.
We'll talk.
Just text each other, and I'll be happy to. I'll send you a calendar, and we'll put your day in it. That would be so fun. We'll put like a big goofy picture of you too.
Yeah, because June 5th is my birthday, plus it's my wedding anniversary. So it's
Great. Okay,
wham bam.
June 5th. You got June 5th next year.
Yeah. It's so funny going on with the wholesome stuff like that. I think in a large part of the gay community, and I feel like sometimes there's pressure um, to be kinky. And I know this is
Mm,
probably a bigger conversation, but I, despite having all these tattoos and looking like
yeah,
white trash, like prison trade, I am very vanilla. And I
yeah,
bring this up because like your wholesomeness, like I like somebody's asked me like what would be my kink, and I'm like I think wholesome is my kink or vanilla is my
yeah.
kink, which sounds really strange to say, but I do feel like there's sometimes pressure in the community to be kink or to have a kink. Um, it's that's sort of a interesting conversation, but I do feel like there's sort of pressure to like to be kinky, or it's like I don't know, looked down upon if you don't, or
Yeah.
which
I've
is a
never I've never thought about that, but I've definitely been in the experience where I've like been with people that want me to treat them in ways that
and this is
aren't
no
aren't
judgment.
uplifting. No, no, no
Yeah,
judgment at all.
yeah,
But I'm always like, hey, this is not this I'm never gonna do that. Like I'm never in the same sense where you say like I'm always uplifting. Like I'm only going to interact in ways with you that are uplifting. That's
sure,
it for me. Like if I'm not like building something more positive, both in a music sense or in a personal sense or in an interpersonal sense or an intimate sense, it's not right for me. This is my mission in life.
you won't
It
invest
it
the energy into that.
it
Yeah,
yeah, exactly. It permeates all aspects of my life.
yeah. It's just sort of a random question because I thought of it this morning as just like a wholesomeness is something that sort of is my almost like kink. And then I have felt weird things when I've talked to people and you know, hookup world, like,
Yeah.
and there's like a list of things that like people ask if I'm into, like kink or bondage or leather or I don't know, keep going on. And I'm not into no
Yeah. Yeah.
judgment again. Even saying I'm
Okay.
not into it feels like it's a judgment, but like no judgment. And I sometimes feel like this pressure to be kink. I feel like somebody's a queer because we're such like a alienated from community or like community or like other. We always try to out weird each other. I don't know. Sometimes I'm so far to think that like normal is such a turn on to me lately. Is that just an old guy thing?
No,
Whoa.
no, I agree with you. It's like it's a turn on for me too. Like, let's have a nice conversation. Let's hold hands. Let's do these things that are like really simple and really basic. Let's compliment each other. Like, it's like let's have a conversation about what feels good. All
Yeah.
of these things are turn ons to me.
It just
Uh, yeah,
it's just very different. And I see like, and I encourage everybody to do whatever they want to, like
of
to
course.
explore like creatively, like, but I really feel other than that community because I'm so vanilla. Like people like, you're not even into pup play, or I'm like, I'm not. I'm just really, really in the realm of like eroticism. I'm really just basic. And I guess I'm just,
Can I push back on that a little bit?
yes,
Like,
of course you can.
I
Yeah,
guess
slap that
I'm
ass. Oh no,
I'm
just kidding,
gonna
Tom.
no. I'm gonna
I'm
make
not
a
into
bunch
that
of
either.
I'm gonna make it like my assumption to what you're saying is that when you say basic, you mean
Oh,
like having a connection that's strong enough for you to feel safe and have open intimacy, right?
yeah,
Which
yeah,
does not feel basic to me. That feels very
and
deep.
like
It feels
nurturing and like soft
yes.
and gentle.
Yes. Like the fact that you need more depth and complexity in order to feel safe enough to open yourself and be vulnerable, I think is great. I don't think you should diminish that. I think that's a great kink, and I don't think it's simple. I think it's like complicated, but in a different way. It may be less physically complicated or risky,
Right.
but it's more emotionally complicated and risky in that regard. Again, no judgment in any way, shape,
Yeah,
or form.
well, I've said this before, like, and I felt like then, oh no, people are gonna get mad that I'm shaming other things or stuff, but I'm not at
No.
all. I'm just saying, like myself, I do have, like I said, I've had felt pressure from the queer community to like, what's your kink? And I'm like,
You
wait,
also were in San Francisco for so long. Like, I think you're so wholesome too, but San
and
Francisco gets crazy.
well, the other thing is like people also like who are into some sort of like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
communities say, "Oh, well, you haven't tried it," and I'm like, I lived in San Francisco for 20 years, and I was
Yeah,
around everything:
yeah,
pup play, leather,
yeah.
BDSM, like
Mm-hmm.
torture, like everything
Mm-hmm.
mild, wild, and it never pulled me in. So the fact that people say you haven't tried it, maybe you haven't found your kink yet, which could be happening, but like I've been around and I've been exposed to so much, and I still come back to like I don't know. I haven't. I'm
It's funny,
pretty.
I posted this thing on the internet a couple days ago, like just randomly, that was how many potato salads do I have to try before I have to stop trying potato salads?
Fucking
And I
love
feel
potato
like it's just
salad.
I don't. And it's not that I hate it. It just is like we
Tom,
all love mayonnaise, but I would rather
do
put
we?
mayonnaise on something else instead of a potato. And so I feel like it's just like you haven't tried the king. Everybody says, "Well, you haven't tried my potato salad." And I'm like, okay. Like it's like you haven't tried my kink. It's like okay, it's fine. Maybe I have, maybe I haven't. I don't want a potato
Right.
salad. Yeah.
Yeah. That is so funny. And my favorite potato salad is deviled eggs potato salad.
Oof.
They
Give me
take
the
deviled
deviled
eggs
eggs.
and they just mash it in the potato salad. Oh my god.
Oof. Oof. Now the only
Anyways,
the only problem with that potato salad is it has potatoes in it. Give me the deviled eggs. I'll eat like 27 of
yes.
them.
Oh my god, that's so funny. Like I don't know. It's interesting. I turned 53 next week.
Oh shit.
Tom, how did that
Ooh.
happen? But good
Oof.
on me. But I say that even at this particular age, I'm still figuring it out, man.
Yeah, yeah,
Sometimes
yeah,
that's why I
yeah,
say
yeah.
the younger gays like, yes, it gets better, gets worse, then it gets better, but like you will always be figuring it out, whatever like part of your journey or path they're on, you know. And
Hmm.
I, at this age, I'm still figuring it out, and thankfully, I'm still dreaming and like shooting for the stars. You know, I don't know. There's stigma around aging, and like, and I have some things that I always poke fun about, more like physical attributes and stuff like that. But in general, like I'm 53 and I want to tell the kids like keep dreaming. Like I
Yeah.
don't know, keep I don't know.
I think it's also a privilege to be aging as a gay man in America because we are always growing. And I think lots of times in like the mainstream heterosexual community, when you get to your 50s, you're just kind of okay, this is it, and then it becomes like a coasting
Yeah,
period. And you don't really ever have that luxury as a gay person. And am so grateful for that. I'm so
yeah,
grateful for the fact that we always have to grow and learn and understand
yeah.
and move on, move forward.
Yeah, you know what I do for work on like for in the real life, and it's
Yeah,
just
yeah.
it's so exciting, and it's like it doesn't definitely feels like it's a separate world from like this world, talking to
Yeah.
like queer artists and musicians. But like never been happier in my life, and never been doing anything that's like so fulfilling in my life than right now, and it took 50 years to get
You're
there.
doing so fucking amazing. I'm so happy for you and inspired by you, and it's been great to see your growth over the past like 5 to 7 years. It's been
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thanks. And like, if anyone doesn't know how to say, I don't know. I like to keep the world separate a little bit because they don't mix well. You know, because I'm a zookeeper and I take care of like
Yeah, yeah.
wild animals. And I got to show you my work recently, which was
Yeah, yeah,
pretty
yeah.
cool.
Yeah, yeah.
That's one of my favorite things. Whenever someone comes to San Diego, I'm like, let me show you what I do because it's crazy. It's not ordinary. Oh, that's right. The name of the podcast, Fear an Ordinary Life. I've changed that like 7 times, and now it is what it is. I've always in my life feared living a normal, regular life.
Mm.
I mean, what is normal? What's regular? I get
Yeah,
that
yeah, yeah.
conversation, but I've always been so worried that I'm gonna be just regular and boring and normal and
Yeah.
not exciting.
I don't think you have to worry about that. You're fine. You're fine.
Too late. All right, let's wrap this up.
Okay.
Tom, you're busy, and
Yes.
I did also write down one other question.
Yes, yes. What is it?
Um, since you're so bear focused,
Yeah, yeah.
are all of your hugs bear hugs, or do you give hugs that are other than bear hugs?
Oh
And
wow, such a good question. Oh
I
my
thought of it when I was on a
gosh.
toilet earlier.
Uh,
Are
I would say that there are times in my life where I don't give as complete of a bear hug as I should.
okay.
But for the most part, I do give very good bear hugs to everybody.
Yeah, I just there's bear hugs, but like there's other kind of hugs, and I just
Yeah.
really pondered that this morning. I'm like, I wonder if all of Tom's hugs are bear hugs.
You
I
always ask the deep questions. You always ask the important things.
I try to keep it
Yeah, yeah,
real.
yeah.
All right, so you're on tour, you're live performing all over across the country, and you're going to be at P Town again this year. This is
Yep.
like my 5th year in a row of missing it. I'm so sad.
Oh,
It's scheduling. It's just
yeah.
I can't make it. P Town, I
Well,
miss you. It's the most
you're
special.
the you're
It's
so
place.
far away. It's so far
Yeah,
away.
yeah.
Yeah.
It is sort of like a whole thing. But like P Town is like one of the most special places in the world. You know that.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
anybody who visits P Town, I think, knows that.
It's magic.
All right, so I guess keep up with you on social media.
Okay.
What's the best place? Like Instagram? Is that the best place to keep
Tom
up?
Goss Music on all platforms. Yeah, Instagram is great. Facebook is great. YouTube
Where
is
do you
great.
where do you get the most like engagement? Like I am shadow banned. Like all my things. I've just been such a bad boy for years. Like
Oh,
everything I
really?
do is shadow banned, which is sad because I feel like when I'm talking to people and I'm trying to like get their stuff out there as well. Like my stuff's just all I don't even know how people get shadow banned, but like my stuff, like like on Facebook, there's like
Yeah.
28,000 followers and like 5 people like it. So I'm like,
Yeah. I've
am
been like that for a while too, and
like, do I
it's really
suck
tough.
or am I shadow banned?
Yeah, I just think like Instagram or Facebook or whatever is always trying to find the next person. And
Yeah,
even if you're engaged, your audience is engaged, they're like you I've been around for too long. We've been around for like
yeah,
20 years, Mike.
yeah. We've known each other
That's
for a
the
while.
that's the problem. Which we've endured, They want the flash in the pans.
Yeah. And it's also like I just heard the other day, like you have to get people's attention within 3 seconds.
Yeah. Oh, it's crazy.
3 seconds. Before there was like an app, it was like 6 seconds, but now it's 3 seconds.
Thank you, TikTok.
Yeah, you just have to be very clever, and you know this about what thumbnail you post. It has to be very specific and grab everybody's attention, and then take me serious. On top of that, here's my crotch. Take me serious.
It's my art.
Tom, you're fun. I heart
you too.
Do people still do this?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Tell Liz I say hi. I don't think I've ever seen her since that one time I came over to Oakland to visit you guys recording in some studio, but I do follow Liz, so I see her pop up and then I see her with you, but tell Liz I say hi.
I'll tell Liz you said hi. And that was Son of a Preacher Man. That was a really fun, that was a fun day. Yeah.
That was a long time ago. All right. Cheers to 20 more years.
20 more years. Clink.
All right. I'll talk to you later.
Okay. Love you. Talk to you soon. Okay.
Bye.
Bye.